Good morning, class. Today we are going to set up and use my Wanhao Duplicator i3 3D printer. That's this episode of Mr. Jamie on campus. I'm going to start putting together the printer today, and we're going to follow the directions that Wanhao put in the box. We're going to follow those to the letter. I'll read the directions and do the tasks. The first part of the page is giving package contents. It says take an inventory of the package contents to ensure you have all the items listed below. And if anything is missing or damaged, please contact Wanhao customer service for replacement. We're supposed to have one i3 printer, the tower, attached single-step extruder, and it is attached. We're supposed to have one printer base assembly, which I've placed here, but I have not connected it. We are supposed to have the 3D printer power supply and LCD display, which we have. All right. One spool holder. I believe that this is the spool holder, these two pieces together. A filament stand. I guess this is the spool holder, and this is the filament stand. All right, and then we have a 4mm hex wrench. I do have a box of hex wrenches. I'm going to make an assumption, since I don't know for sure which one is 4mm, that they're all in there. It says there's a 4mm hex wrench, 6 hex bolts. I have in this package only 2. And then there's another package of 4 more. So we have all 6 of the hex bolts. One putty knife. Thankful for that. And a 4 GB micro SD card with the sample 3D model files on there. And we'll actually run the sample 3D model file on there. But this is the card. And I find it very interesting that it is a sealed memory card, and it has the Wanhao product that we're going to use as our test print in there already, so that's very interesting. And then a sample roll of PLA filament. Did I receive that? I do remember it. Okay, so a little sample of blue PLA. We have that. And a power cord. We have that. And a USB cable A to B. And there we go. So, and that's the last item on the list, so it looks like the contents of the package were complete. It says, number 1, place the power supply, base, and tower frame on a clean, flat, level surface, a table or a workbench is shown, and carefully remove the zip tie that holds the X-axis gantry to the top of the frame. Now, during the unboxing, I cut that zip tie, so that process is already completed. Number 2, insert the base lengthwise between the legs of the tower frame. Align the 2 holes on each side of the tower frame with the corresponding holes on each side of the base. And on each side of the tower frame, insert 1 screw from outside the frame into the exposed screw hole and tighten slightly. And then insert 1 screw into each tower frame leg from the inside of the base and tighten slightly. Using the included 4mm hex wrench, tighten each screw to secure the frame to the base. Okay, well, I'm going to do that. Number 3. The cable assembly on the left side of the base has 3 cables coiled and secured with a zip tie. Carefully remove the zip tie and then insert the white connector into the longest of the 3 cables into the white connector on the bottom of the X-axis stepper motor. Okay, I'm going to need to turn this around to do this one. The cable assembly on the left side of the base has 3 cables coiled and secured with a zip tie. Carefully remove the zip tie. They're talking about this. It's this. Alright, so carefully remove the zip tie. That's not the case. First mistake. That's not the zip tie, it's this. So it says the left side, but that would be the left if I'm looking at it from the front. So that was a mistake. Carefully remove the zip tie. This is scarier because of it says insert the white connector of the longest of the 3 cables into the white connector on the bottom of the X-axis stepper motor. Alright. Number 4, make the 2-pin black cable connector in the cable bundle with the corresponding black connector on the cable attached to the stop switch. Okay, so we have the stop switch secured by some protective tape. It has a cable. It only goes in one way. Okay, done. Next, insert the white connector on the shortest of the 3 cables into the corresponding white connector on the left side Z-axis stepper motor. This would be it right here. And it just fits. That cable is exactly the right length. Okay. Insert the white connector on the short cable on the right side of the base into the corresponding right connector of the right side Z-axis stepper motor. Okay, so we have on this side very similar connector. Got it? Insert the white connector on the short cable on the right side of the base into the corresponding white connector. I did that. Sorry. Number 7. Remove the outer plastic nut from the spool holder and insert the threaded end on the spool holder into the large hole on the filament stand from the side opposite the base support. Thread the plastic nut over the spool holder and tighten the plastic nuts on each side of the filament stand. Okay, so this one should not be very difficult. Let's hope. I think I can manage that. Tighten the plastic nuts on each side. There it is. We're done. Position the filament holder on top of the tower frame with the spool holder on the left side so that it extends above the center of the frame. Insert 2 screws and tighten them using the included 4mm hex wrench. Alright, so I know it's the opposite side, but it did say specifically that it extends over the center. So the holes are there. We only have 2 screws left. So number 1, two. All right. Ensure that the power switch is in the off position, O side depressed. All right. I know that there's some concern about power and whether it's selected to be 220 or 110 power. In America, it's 110 volts. This says make sure it's selected in the off position, and it is, so we've done that. Plug the C13 end of the included power cable to the C14 panel connector on the supply, and then plug the other end into a nearby AC outlet and depress the I side of the power switch to turn it on. I'm just going to look, because they did not mention this, and I know it's less of a concern here in the States because our outlets are only going to provide 110 volts. But I've seen it in other startup videos for the i3 that there is a switch to make sure that we're set on 110 volts and not 220 volts. And they didn't mention it, but I want to make sure just in case. Okay. There's a yellow sticker that you have to look for on the inside, and it shows that this is, of course, upside down. But towards the front, if you switch it towards the front of the machine, then that's 110 volts, just like the picture on the outside of the box. And then the back of the machine, if you switch it this way, then it will be 220. And it is already selected to 110. So I suppose that's someone's job there at the Wanhao factory to make sure that if it's going to the States that they flip it that direction. Alright, depress the I side of the power switch to turn the printer on. Well, let's get it plugged in. Try it again. Aha. We have power. Wanhao. Alright. Wait for the printer to warm up and initialize. When it's ready, it will show printer ready at the bottom of the LCD display. Press the knob to activate the menu system and rotate the knob until the position entry is highlighted, and then press the knob to select it. It says printer ready. So I think that probably means that we can press the knob to activate the memory or the menu system. and rotate the knob until the position entry is highlighted. Then press the knob to select it. Rotate the knob again until Z position fast is displayed. Z position fast. Then press the knob to select it. Turn the knob clockwise to raise the extruder so that you can easily access the plate. Oh, I see. So when I turn the knob, it actually increments it. Looks like 2 millimeters at a time, every notch on the knob. So right now Z is at 34.99 millimeters, 35.98 millimeters. So it's not exactly 2. It's I made a few. I did some more putting together, and I didn't have the camera I've been looking in. In step 11, it says to go through each of the corners and squeeze them together and tighten up the wing nuts to get them as close to the bottom as possible. And then it gives steps to put the platform tape on the platform, and so but the platform tape came from the factory on the platform, so there's no need to do that step. It says, number 12, depress the I side of the power switch to turn the printer on, and once the printer is ready, press the knob to open the menu system. So we'll wait and turn to the position entry, which is 2 down, and press the knob, and then turn to home all and press the knob. Once the extruder has reached the home position, press the O side of the power switch to turn the printer off. Okay, done that. Next, with the printer off, physically move the extruder to one of the corners of the platform and slowly raise the platform until it almost touches the nozzle. The proper distance is achieved when you can slide a single sheet of paper between the nozzle and the platform. All right, let's give that a try. It is really close already. I will physically move it. There you go. I felt a little tension. I guess that's probably close enough. Okay, and so and it says repeat on the other corner, so I'll do that. Move the extruder to the center of the plate and test the gap with a sheet of paper. And then test the gap at various points around the plate and adjust the wing nuts on each corner as necessary to create the proper gap and level the plate. Keep adjusting and testing until the proper gap is present at all points. Okay, let's try the center. What I notice is that when I push the Z-axis this direction, right now it is at the proper distance from this corner. It's about twice as thick, or the gap between the platform and the extruder is about twice, maybe 2.5 pieces of paper there in the center. And now it's touching on this side. So there it is. I'm going to go back again. And the gap in the middle is now probably up to 3 sheets of paper. And it's touching now on this side. So there it looks like a curve in the platform, about the width of three sheets of paper, maybe a millimeter. I guess I should check the other side. And it does the same thing. So it looks like that the platform rises in the center and then falls again on the ends. So now everyone watching might be, if you're experienced 3D printer, then you might say, well, that makes sense, that happens, but that's not what the instructions said, so I was trying to make it uniform throughout. I don't think that's going to be possible. Number 15, depress the I side of the power switch to turn the printer on. Once it is initialized and is ready, press the knob to open the menu system and raise the extruder by following the instructions in step 10 above. In step 10 it said to rotate the knob to raise the extruder out of the way. So I pressed the knob to enter the menu system, and I'm turning to quick settings and press the knob again, and then preheat PLA entry and select it. Note that the screen will not change immediately, but will return to the home screen and display preheat PLA at the bottom for about 15 to 30 seconds. It does that. It looks like I haven't selected it. Check the temperatures of the extruder and plate on the LCD display. There's the home screen. Okay, the temperature is rising. When the temperatures reach within a few degrees of the targets, you're ready to insert filament. Note that the display will show preheat PLA even after the temperatures have reached the target values. Carefully insert the included filament sample into the hole in the extruder as shown. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this tape covering the stop switch on the I guess that's the X-axis, needs to be taken off, so I did. Okay, I'm going to open the sample PLA. Have Papa's knife. We're up to 216 or 60. You know, I see two temperatures here. I guess the top one is Fahrenheit and the bottom one is centigrade. It's settled in 217, 214. Okay, so I don't know which, it doesn't say which way to put the filament. I'm going to do what seems natural. Carefully insert the included filament sample into the hole in the extruder as shown. While holding the filament in place with one hand, press the knob on the power supply to activate the menu system. Turn the knob to the extruder entry and press the knob again, and then turn it to extruder position entry. And then press the knob to select it and gently push downward on the filament while turning the knob clockwise. Gently push downward on the filament while turning the knob clockwise. I felt it move in. You'll feel the filament being pulled into the extruder. Continue until a few inches of filament material extrudes out of the nozzle. It seems to me that I must have missed a step. Because the extruder is supposed to be up and not down touching. Now I'm going to go back to extruder position and see if I can get about, it says 2 inches. It also looks like that the extruder nozzle is not over the plate. The plate is forward of the nozzle. So I really need the Y position to move back. I assume touching it is not advisable. We're at the point where it's time to put in the included SD card. It says, number 18, insert the included micro SD card into the slot on the side of the power supply. Press the knob to open the menu system and rotate the knob to highlight SD card entry. Well, I found it interesting that there's a program, or there's a model on the card that we're to print. However, it's packaged from the company with that. I find that interesting. I like that. Oh, I see. It's been cut. Ingenious. It pops apart. It hasn't been cut. It just pops apart. It was impressive before I realized what it was. Okay, so we have the SD card. Don't need the adapter at the moment. I think I'm going to position this on the other side later. I've been told that this is really clunky to get in there. Surely it doesn't just go part of the way in. That's as far as I can get it. Let's see. Press the knob to go to the menu system. Rotate the knob to SD card. And mount card. I'm going to try the first run and see. I don't know. It didn't do anything for quite a long time. Now it's going. So let's see if it's going to print. It's printing something. I'm about a third of the way through my first print, and I found something that I wanted to add to my unboxing video, because I had determined at the end of that video that there was really no material difference between the system that I had seen in Aaron Brown's video, or even the one Maker's Muse video that was it? Yeah, Angus at Maker's Muse did a review, and he had, in fact, it was Angus that said that it would be a good idea to get the micro SD to SD adapter because of the way that the SD cards are very difficult to get in and out of the machine. Well, apparently there is a difference. I think they addressed that, because here's what my machine looks like. If you can see, the SD card is fully inserted when it's sticking out, right there. So you don't have to press it all the way in anymore. You just insert it halfway. That's a good solution. It's going to be easy to get that card in and out. When you mount the card, when you mount the card, you just press it in halfway, and then in the menu say mount card, and it reads it. And I thought it was broken at first because I couldn't push it in, but no, it's just a change. It's an improvement. So great job, Wanhao. That was a good one. It's the next day. The print took 3 hours and 52 minutes. It took 14.6 meters of filament to finish the print, and as you can see, the hand. You know, I've seen it before. I just didn't realize that was the print that comes on the micro SD card. So, at any rate, I'll show it up close here. There it is. Look at it from the back. I'm glad that they choose something fun for the first print instead of just a logo or a block or something. So, so the first print is done. I guess we'll take it off the base and see how easy that is. Oop. Take the plastic off. Not too bad. I didn't even have to use this. Now, I think, yeah. So the raft came off really easy. I'd say it's A-okay.
I hope you liked the video. If you did, would you give me a thumbs up, or better yet, subscribe to the channel and help promote it? If you'd like to email me with suggestions or comments, then email me at jamie@mrjamie.com. I answer every single email that I receive, and I'll answer yours too. Look forward to the next time we're all together on Mr. Jamie on Campus.